I'm taking your sharp teeth.
Yeah. Well, we're like the first caller of this hour. That I'm going to be clear for the first time because I find myself, I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. The things you do annoy me, and I kind of hem and haw and hint. I've never just been honest with you. I've just never told you. Let's put all that on the table this year and decide to heal this thing moving forward. Because at some point, there are people in the margins that are struggling. That's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to most of us. Most of us at some point choose the relationships we have. And we choose the dance that we choose to do in those things. And at some point, somebody's got to pull the ripcord and say, this one's over. This one's over. We're going to build
Well, and the reason for the sidebar right now is this. This is the time of year to look at this and say, okay, I want you to leave from this little rant that we've done for the last 5 minutes. I want you to leave with this idea. Who you hang around with and who you are going to create relationship with is 100x more important towards whether you're able to build wealth than whether you understand how a mutual fund works or what your income is. They're going to screw up your life if you let them. This is the Ramsey Show. Want even more from Ramsey? Download the Ramsey Network app so you can catch up on all your favorite shows in one place. Tune into the Rachel Cruz Show, the Dr. John Deloney Show, Smart Money Happy Hour, and more with the Ramsey Network app. Download it today. All right, folks, Dave Ramsey here. I know you want to have a healthy nest egg when you retire, but the stock market's been all over the place, so a lot of you just don't know what to do about investing right now. It's time to stop worrying and get confident about your investing choices. One of the best things you can do is sit down with someone like a smart investor for an investing checkup. These pros understand the market and keep up with the trends. They care about you and your money and will take the time to walk you through this stuff. Don't just take my word for it. Nearly 70% of millionaires have used an investing pro to help achieve their net worth. To connect with a SmartVestor Pro in your area and get confident about your investing plan, go to RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor. Again, RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Ramsey Solutions is a paid, non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at Ramsey. Smart, fun, intelligent talk. With Armstrong and Getty, morning 6 to 10. An iHeart radio station. Talk 650 KSPE. Rancho Cordova, Sacramento. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in the U.S. House earlier.
On this vote, the yeas are 221 and the nays are 212. The resolution is adopted.
Authorizing the impeachment inquiry into President Biden, even though some Republicans worry there's no evidence yet of misconduct. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Every Republican in the House conference voted in support of a process that House Speaker Mike Johnson has insisted is not political or a sham, as he has called Democrats' impeachment of former President Trump. Johnson has faced pressure to show progress in the nearly year-long probe into the business dealings of President Biden and his family.
President Biden's son Hunter, who has refused to comply with a congressional subpoena to testify before Republican investigators, says his father was not financially involved in his business. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will weigh in on restrictions imposed by a lower court on the drug mifepristone. CBS's Jen Carter.
A federal appeals court said the FDA was wrong in how it approved that drug mifepristone for abortions up to 10 weeks. And it said women didn't need to see a doctor in person to get it. Those lower court decisions, they are on hold while this case plays out, so the pill will remain available for now.
Families of Americans being held hostage by Hamas have met with President Biden at the White House. CBS's Linden reports.
He called it a terrific meeting.
We could have no better friend in Washington or in the White House than President Biden himself and his administration.
Jonathan Dekel Khan says his 35-year-old son Saeed is among the hostages taken on October 7th. Liz Naftali's 4-year-old great niece Abigail was among them too, and has since been released.
We would love all of our loved ones to come back and be with us for Christmas.
It's believed 8 Americans are among the hostages still being held by Hamas. Lindy Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green has been suspended immediately and indefinitely by the NBA. It comes less than 24 hours after he hit Phoenix Suns center Yusuf Nurkic in the face. and received a flagrant 2 foul and ejection. Tesla agrees to a government request that it recall all 2 million vehicles that have its autopilot system. CBS News Detroit reporter Jeff Gilbert.
This comes after a government investigation found that Tesla's efforts to keep drivers engaged were inadequate. The updates will assure that autopilot is only used on limited access roadways and disengage if the driver is not paying attention. Several fatalities have been linked to the misuse of autopilot.
On Wall Street, the Dow closes at a record high above 37,000. This is CBS News.
Make the hiring process work for you. With Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution, you can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/ Take us with you on your free iHeartRadio app for your music, radio, and podcast. Now, traffic on Talk 650 KSDE. Traffic backing up south on Cap City Freeway behind a crash near Marconi. We're slow back to about Fulton Avenue. Stays very slow and heavy all the way to the American River. Northbound now, stop and go in the Midtown area with heavy traffic all the way out to the Marconi curve to near Fulton Avenue. The 2 lanes of the off-ramp shut down. Eastbound I-80 at Truxell Road. Traffic backed up to West El Camino. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes mornings and afternoons. KSDK News Radio.
This report is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And 2023 with a new Mercedes-Benz in your garage. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Stockton where you'll receive 4.99% APR for 72 months on most 2023 models. It's worth the short drive to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, right off I-5 at 8 Mile Road or mbfstockton.com.
Here's your updated weather on Talk 650 KSDE. A few passing clouds overnight with lows in the mid-30s. Clouds and sun tomorrow, highs in the low 60s. Nearly 50 degrees from the KFDK Weather Center. For news at the top and bottom of every hour, tune to KFDK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM. Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next? Inventors. InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to InventHelp.com to get your free inventor's information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at InventHelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors received more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's InventHelp.com. InventHelp.com.
Hi, this is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationship. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Visit CordellCordell.com to take the first step.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Broadcasting from the Big Mountain Heating and Air Studios. The Middle East is heading deeper into war.
The head of Hamas has said, we're going to do it again and again and again.
Heads of states need to get their heads together.
What is the world going to do about Iran? That's where the head of the snake is.
Go head first into the debate. Sean Hannity.
I choose not to put my head in the sand.
Ahead of the rest. Tomorrow at noon on Talk 650 KSDE.
Talk 650 KSDE.
my program. As the Trump lead widens, prosecutors step up pursuit. This is from the Washington Examiner. Two things are true today. One, former President Donald Trump's polling nationally in key swing states and in the first voting state of Iowa has never been better. And two, the special counsel appointed by the Biden Justice Department to prosecute Trump is taking a self-described extraordinary measure in a rush to put Trump on trial before the presidential election. How's that going to work out? Later on in the program, I have Mark Levin on to talk about that. We're also going to talk to an expert about plagiarism and Harvard University and what's going on there. But I want to start with, how's all of this going to work out? I'll tell you in 60 seconds. First, time to take your firearms training to the next level with Mantis X. This is a great Christmas gift. If you're not a gun owner, you should be. And if you are, you should know that keeping your firearms training is an important responsibility when you go to the gun range when you can afford it. But with Mantis X, you could improve your shot whether you're firing live ammunition or you're just dry fire practicing. And dry fire practicing really does. I mean, it's an amazing thing how much it helps you. It's a high-tech, easy-to-use system widely used by the military, helps you improve your shooting quickly. You attach it to your firearm and connect it with an app on your smartphone or tablet via Bluetooth. Then whether you're firing actual rounds or even dry fire practicing, it'll give you instant feedback on what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. I want you to go now to MantisX.com. MantisX.com. Again, this makes a perfect Christmas gift. Get it now. MantisX.com. Okay. So on yesterday's broad podcast, we talked about, how does this end? I mean, let's just play this out. How does this end? The next 12 months are going to decide America's future. And think of the pressures that are upon us. You've got war. If we have time, I'll get into what's happening in Ukraine and what the president did yesterday. And, we played yesterday the audio of Lindsey Graham and John McCain in 2016 saying, right after the election, this is going to be the year 2017, we're coming, and we're going to teach Russia and Putin a lesson. And that didn't happen. I think Trump thwarted that. So what happened? His second term is lost, and we go where? Right into Ukraine. So we have that, we have the economy, we have the trouble on our streets. We have all these pressures on us. And now let's throw this log on the fire. We have Donald Trump and Joe Biden running. In normal scenarios, that wouldn't necessarily be so bad. But we're not in a normal scenario. You have Donald Trump running, who the left is trying to knock out. They're trying to take your choice away. They're trying to make sure that he can't run, and they're using every trick in the book. How does that work out, do you think? If Donald Trump goes to jail, do you think there's maybe 20%, hell with that, 10% of our nation that will not stand for that? I think that's a pretty easy bet. What do they do? I don't know. What does the FBI help them do? I don't know. So if he goes to jail, bad news. If he doesn't go to jail and Biden runs, let me ask you, Biden runs and he wins, is anybody on the left or anybody on the right going to believe it? I'm not. I mean, I just have a really hard time. If there's anything funny going on, I'll have a really hard time. If he loses, what's that outcome? We'd be happy. Do you think the left is just going to sit around and not set the country on fire? Do you think they're not going to do what Hillary Clinton said to do with Joe Biden last time? Never concede, never concede, never concede. It was a stolen election. So you got the same scenario. So what is the plan? I can't come up with another way out on those two things. Trump wins, Biden wins. Trump goes to jail. Trump doesn't go to jail. Biden loses. I mean, I can't think of other scenarios. I'm pretty good at this. Okay, let me give you one more. How does this one end? Biden runs. We're getting up to the election. They decide there's not going to be a debate. And we all know it's because Biden, in a year from now, is going to degrade even more cognitively. And so he's looking worse and worse when he does speak. And so they keep him out and there's no debates. That's not going to work out well. And if that's happening, people will know, both in and out of the Democratic Party, oh my dear Lord, it's Kamala is going to be the president. If she's the president, at any time, the world's on fire. But I don't think anybody wants her to be the president on the left. So, Kamala Harris replaces as the top of the ticket. Trump wins. Unbelievable, streets on fire, right? But if Biden and the Democrats know that he's not going to make it, what they should do is replace Kamala Harris, but they can't because she was a token. Remember, I'm going to find a black woman. Oh, okay, well, let's not go get the best person, let's just go get the person of color. If you want to know how that ends, just see what's happening at Harvard right now. The left will set the streets on fire. So there's no way out there. Now let me share something with you that only the Democratic Party can do. The Democratic Party, after the election of Ronald Reagan, they did not want that to happen to them. Some outsider cannot just come in. What do the people know? So we need to have veto power, and they're called superdelegates. These superdelegates at this point have all been chosen by Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. They're in the bag for all the elites. And it is within their purview to vote against what the public has voted for. So you're a Democrat, you out to the polls, you vote for Joe Biden, and they get together and they say, Joe Biden is a disaster. Nobody really wants him, but nobody stepped up to take it from him. We can't make this happen. We can't let this happen. It'll be disaster. And so they have the power then to override the vote of the primary. And they can nominate Michelle Obama. People ask all the time, who's really running the country? My guess is the traffic between Georgetown and the White House, pretty high. My guess is it's the Obama administration that is actually running this place. And they're letting him do all of the tough things. All of the tough things. Let him do it. He serves one term. Who could possibly be elected on such a short period of time? Who has the name recognition? Who has the trust? Who can remind people how great it was that, remember when Barack was in office? We just got started and then we had to leave and then Donald Trump, and we're going to finish this. It's the first female black president, Michelle Obama. The only one that is going to have a problem with this in the Democratic Party will be